It's Red Leaf Retrocast, episode 81. Retro Gaming Edition here. Joey's theme pick. Joey, you're a brand new uncle.
Yep. Yes, I am. For the past week.
Well, congratulations on your new family member.
Must be nice. It looks like an alien. It's a tiny
looks like,
little
well,
alien.
I mean, let's be honest here. When children are born, they're very alien. That's a good word, Joey. I'm gonna agree with you there. It's like, they're so cute. It comes out screaming bloody. I'm like, oh no, get it away! It's not mine.
Although she didn't really cry much until like 1 a.m, and according to my brother-in-law, that's when she wakes up. So she likes to be awake at night and sleeps during the day.
Well, why not, right?
That's what I said.
So it's a she.
Yes, it's a she.
It's a she. Okay. Got a name?
Quinn Harper.
Quinn. Okay. There you go.
Her tiny little hands.
Yes, very tiny. Eyes are huge.
Yeah, I've been an uncle for 4 years, so
look at you.
I guess that makes me nothing.
Yeah, you're nothing. Well, you were nothing before, but...
I was nothing before. You're absolutely right.
Oh, snap.
In the context of what we're talking about, don't take that out of context. You're nothing. Lucky we're friends, Joey. That's a slap and a pow in the kisser to the moon. So, Joey, you have a theme pick today. What is this theme pick?
Yes, games based off of TV shows.
Really wanted to hurt us on this one, I feel.
Yes, I did. I felt like we had too many good casts. We had too many bunches of good games. We needed something just to bring us back down.
I don't disagree with your mindset there, because when you play a bunch of bad games, it makes even the mediocre ones seem that much better.
And I think the bad games are more fun.
The bad games are more fun to talk about, that's for sure.
So I think we need some very terrible topics every once in a while, and I'm okay with delivering that for us.
I think you did movie ones last time.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah.
So I was like, why not do TV shows?
Maybe I gotta put you in friendship timeout here pretty soon.
Hey.
Hey, we still got me to balance them out.
These aren't as bad as the movie games, okay?
Let's see. Movie game. I'm gonna go back and look at these movie games.
Was there any good movie game? I don't remember.
Spider-Man 2?
Okay.
Spider-Man 2. He's right. Yes. Die Hard Arcade was good.
To an extent.
But I think there's more good TV games than there are movie games. And I think movie games are far worse than the worst of the TV. But there are bad TV games, and we'll get into some of those.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll start off the podcast today with what games I've been playing. Guys, I've done it. The journey has been completed. I have beaten all the mainline and side story Yakuza games before Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon. And it came out just this past week. So, success.
Cue
I have
applause.
beat Yakuza 5. Yes, I beat Yakuza 5 in between the two podcasts. Well over 30-hour game. That one is by far the longest, and I didn't like it as much as critics and many others out there did. The story was very convoluted, kind of all over the place. An entire character that just really didn't need to exist and had no purpose to the story at all. Because all the information he found out, the other characters already knew and were going to try to stop. And then when his one task that he had to do was to try to stop this sniper in a baseball stadium to snipe the idol chick in the game, the sniper was going to walk away and not do it anyways. And then he shows up and he's like, I gotta kick your ass. And that was his whole thing. That was his whole point. So a whole character that had no purpose. The game tried to be different with trying to do different gameplay for each character. So, like, the baseball character, his whole thing was baseball mini games. The girl was an idol, so you had rhythm mini game things. I talked about the dude in the woods trapping rabbits and shit. So very strange. So I didn't like that too much. I didn't like the story. It's my second least favorite Yakuza game. But Yakuza 6, on the other hand, I love that game. I loved it so much, I just couldn't put it down. I beat it in less than a week. It's fucking phenomenal. I will say, though, the last 2 chapters in the game are so cutscene and story heavy, because they were just trying to wrap everything up, that I think I watched like 3 hours of movies in that scene, just right in a row. There was a little bit of gameplay in between, but it was a lot of story that they were just like, we're just gonna cutscene this. You've made this big journey. Put the controller down. Quite nice.
Hideo Kojima directed or something.
It sure felt like it, yeah. But Yakuza 6, it's all about Kiryu, and he goes back to prison for 3 years. He's mostly set up for it. And in between that time, his adopted daughter, Haruka, the idol chick from the 4th game that ran away from being an idol because she loves loves her adopted father so much. They have this like heart-to-heart while he's in prison. He's like, I'm coming out in 3 years, and she's like, I'm gonna make you proud, but the tabloids are after her, so she disappears from the orphanage. Yes, this game begins basically about the orphans. Oh, it was off to a bad start for good old JD over here. But it pulled it all together, because once Kiryu gets out of prison and he goes back to the orphans, they're like, no, she like disappeared and we haven't heard from her in a year. We don't know what's going on. And turns out she was in a hit and run, and she was clutching a baby.
Oh,
one like a 6-month-old or something. And the you kind of put all the pieces together right away, because there's big faction warfare here. There's a Yakuza group in Hiroshima. There's the main group in Tokyo, in the Kamurocho area. There's the Koreans, they're back, and then the triads have busted in to your main area. So you got four faction warfare going on in this game. It's pretty cool. And being that the triads were kind of the main focus of the new group, I'm like, I bet she got knocked up by some triad, and he's like the heir to the family or something, and that's why everyone wants this kid dead. And I wasn't 100% right, but I was 99% right. You'll have to play the game to kind of find out why that is. But yeah, so the air of mystery of like, who's the father? What's the connection between all these factions? The story unfolding. What's this big secret in Hiroshima that they're trying to protect and assassinate all these people for? Really cool story. I was super into it, and the gameplay was, I think, the best in any of the Yakuza games. I love the power-up system. The level-up system was really fun. You could kind of skew your character in any sort of way. There wasn't a constant barrage of thousands of Yakuza always, fighting you every 10 feet that Yakuza 5 was plagued with. You could actually run away from fights in 6, so it's like, I just want to get to the next mission right away. You could do that. I love the new town of Hiroshima. It was very unique. That's what Yakuza 3 tried to do with a new place to go to, but it was just plagued with a lot of issues within it. Yakuza 6 introducing Hiroshima, and you can kind of go back and forth between those two. Really took me back to what Yakuza 1, 2, and 0 did, which made those games so well. I liked all the new characters. It had good twists and turns to it. Yakuza 6 was very good. It wrapped the story up in a nice little bow. And I was reading online, I wonder what other people thought about the ending to Yakuza 6. And a lot of people hated it because Kiryu gets shot 3 times, and the game does this whole, oh man, it's gonna be so sad missing him. He's super dead. And I was like, bitch, this guy's died at the end of every game, and then at the end of the credits he's alive. One game he got stabbed on the street. Yeah, one game he got stabbed on the street. Another, he was on the roof of a building when the bomb explodes. One was he was in the building when a bomb explodes. He was shot in other games. he's come back from just like, oh, come on, he got shot in the leg, no big deal, come on. But they do put a spin on open it up for a 7th game, whether it's him or it concentrates on another character in the game, or maybe the same subgroups are out there. They can do a lot of things, so I can't wait to play Yakuza 7. So great success for me beating fucking 8 of these games in 2020.
Now you gotta beat 7 before the
now I gotta beat 7.
Out.
Yeah, it's that wasn't the goal to beat that game in 2020, but the goal was to beat the 8 mainline 8 Yakuza games out there in the year, and I've done this. I did it. I didn't do it faster than beating Final Fantasy VI, but those were my two big goals of 2020. Bravely Default, I've kind of been picking at that game. Still, I beat the Water Temple. Game's a lot darker than I thought. Like, there's actual like character deaths and story implications to it. So, I feel like I'm a third of the way through the game in Bravely Default. It goes by really quick. The battle system is nice little addicting with the multiple attack system and defense system that you got to do. Not much else to say there on Bravely Default. It's very, very, very standard. I do like the 3DS having the map of the dungeons below you on that other screen, so that's quite nice. I wish more RPGs would have that. That's what I liked about playing some RPGs on the Wii U, because then you could pull the map up on the big screen there on the tablet, so it was just there the whole time. So that's really nice. That's it. What you guys got, Joey?
I
what you been playing?
Played Phasmophobia.
Of course, yes.
Enjoying the game. Looking forward to the updates the developer creates. And I played a little bit of Rogue Legacy 2, because there was an update that came out with that. So
Rogue Legacy 2, yeah.
I'm liking where that's going. I'm not going to play it too hardcore until it's closer to being finished, but I like it. I like some of the classes they added, so I think that game's going to be real fun.
There you go. Short and simple.
Yep, short and simple games. Nothing too complex about the 2 games I played.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did beat Hades just yesterday morning. I just out of nowhere just beat a run. I was like, holy shit! I just beat Hades. What a little bitch he was. But yeah, the dual Minotaur fight.
I can't get past that. So
like that was a fucking nightmare. I beat it with I got the dual fists.
That's like the weapon that I like the most, because if you get the right power ups with like shielding while you hit, you can just sit there and just mash.
Well, what helped was I got like an extension of the fists, so I got some range on them as well. That's what really helped me put me over the edge there, and then getting a super special with Poseidon. And you can actually build your character to go through the stages and get what you want in a way, even with the RNG to it. So figured that out, and then I just, for the next like 2 hours after that, I beat it 2 more times, and I saw how the progression was going, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you just beat it, a number of times, and eventually Hades goes, all right, leave. I'm not even gonna fight you. Get out of here. And then you see your mother, and then you're like, let's go back to hell. It's like, okay, cool. Big happy family again.
Yeah, I need to get back to it. I haven't got past the Colosseum, so.
Yeah, the Colosseum's, I think, the hardest part of the game.
That's why I took a break. I got frustrated with it, so maybe I'll pick it up and see how far I get for next podcast. Past.
Yeah, you just need to find the right build for you, and then just get it essentially.
I thought I had a good build with bow and arrows, but I just couldn't do enough damage to survive.
Oh, there is a super cheap bow and arrow build you can do. I was looking up some crazy builds, and there's like crazy OP powers that you can get.
I was running with the homing build with the bow, so once you hit, no matter where you shoot for the next like 2 or 3 times, it goes right back. So I would shoot once, hide behind a pillar so I wouldn't get hurt, but I still wasn't doing enough damage to actually survive. I think I killed one of them, but my health was like almost gone just from being such a long battle. Just ridiculous. I need to try the fist again, see if that works.
Well, there's other upgrades where you can get kind of those health potions in the in-between points for you, where you can restore your health quite a lot. That's through the building mechanic in the game. So it's not just a cosmetic thing within. So yeah, there's a lot to that game. I've seen people play it for hundreds of hours just because of the loop to it all. And then I've seen people go, okay, I played it 8 hours, beat it like 6 times, I'm good.
I have 22 hours in the game. I haven't beaten it yet.
Wow, I think I got like 9 or something.
I unlocked a lot of the stuff though. I don't think I have any like unlocks at the mirror. I think I have all of those maxed out. So,
well, there's more that come, I think. Well, at least for me, anyways. Yeah. Colin, what you been playing, buddy?
Well, I haven't had as much time to play non-podcast games because, drumroll please, I finally got a new computer. Hold your applause. I'm using it right now to talk to you.
I won't clap then. I was going to. I really thought about it, but you told me not to. So.
What's the specs? Give us the juice. Give us the details. Give us the good stuff.
Well, off the top of my head, it's an Asus TUF gaming laptop. It's got an 10th generation Intel Core i7 in it. Let me just search about my PC. It's got,
not a laptop, is it?
Yeah, it's a laptop.
It's a laptop. All right, he went my route, Joey.
I mean, there's some good laptops out there.
Yeah, the processor is Intel Core i7 10750H CPU at 2.60 gigahertz and 8 gigs RAM. And that's about all I can find that actually is relevant from. Oh, it's a 64-bit operating system, x64 based processor, and got Windows 10 on here.
What kind of graphics card? I'm guessing it's NVIDIA, probably 2070, maybe 2060.
I believe so. I remember, I was at the computer store and I took a picture of the specs. Where are you?
Riveting.
Hey, it's important stuff.
Okay, here it is.
Computers matter.
Oh yeah, 512 gig memory, and it's a gaming standard GeForce GTX 1650 Ti.
Okay, 1650. All right, not too bad. Probably better than
about what you were expecting, Joey?
You're around for a laptop.
Whoa,
yeah.
Hey. How do I find what graphics card I have?
Your computer's how old?
Yes.
Well, you've got an Alienware, so.
I do. How do I find what graphics card I have? I don't remember.
Well, Google it.
I have to Google it. All right, fine. Hold on.
Yeah.
Now I'll be the one.
Point being, I'm using this computer to talk to you guys right now and record, so my audio issues should be a thing of the past.
I mean, this is what you claim.
I mean, he sounds good so far, so.
I don't generally play very graphic-intensive games for PC, so I don't need anything as powerful as an Alienware. But I still wanted something at least somewhat high-end.
It says NVIDIA GPU.
Alienware has kind of fallen off since Dell bought them out. If you go to settings, start settings, and then go to about, it should tell you.
Settings. About.
I think. I don't know if the GPU's on there.
About your PC. Okay.
No, it might just have processor on there.
Yeah, it just has. Yeah, processor.
When did you get your computer?
2016, I think.
Yeah, you did better than me. I've had the same computer since 2012 until now.
Let's see. I don't know. NVIDIA something or another.
Yeah, it's
I don't
definitely
know how to look it up.
I've
never pretended to be a computer whiz by any means.
Me either. That's my dad's jam.
No! Stop!
It doesn't have a sticker on there that says what it is.
It does not.
They love putting stickers on those laptops.
I have an i7 sticker. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have an Alienware 15R2, if that means anything. Does that mean anything to you?
No, because I don't like Alienware, but I can look up see what it was.
Yeah, I admit the touchpad is kind of finicky because it doesn't always sense both of my fingers to do the scrolling function, but once I have my own place and therefore have room to put up my computer desk again, I'll be able to use a mouse again. So that won't be a problem anymore.
Looks like you have probably some kind of 900 series NVIDIA.
Is that good, bad, old, what? What are we looking at?
I mean, it's old, but they're still good.
Well, see, there you go. So I got a good computer.
They're not like... It's going to get what you do with it. It's not going to be top of the line since there's, 2-3 generations from there now for NVIDIA.
I think I can get a new graphics card for it if I wanted, right?
Potentially. I don't know what your system can handle. You can go up probably to a 10, maybe a 20, but honestly, I don't think what you game on is really going to matter.
No, because I'm mostly a console gamer. Speaking of consoles, the big PS5 and Sexbox came out, boys.
I didn't talk about my games, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're jumping the gun here. What are you
introduced
doing?
my computer to point out that I didn't have as much time to play, but I still played stuff. And hence, it's time for my bi-weekly crosscode update.
Crosscode, yes.
Yeah. So, after a couple of side quests, one of which involved taking down an evil snowman who kept stealing a company's ice machines. And it sounds way weirder when I say that out loud. So, I'm at the next main dungeon. I've completed part 1 of it, since it's sort of a two-parter. It's got some pretty challenging puzzles in there involving ricocheting stuff and timing according to a big ball of static energy crawling around the walls. But there's also a couple of boss fights involving a Japanese folklore-inspired ape who rides on a cloud and fights with a big staff. So that's a Journey to the West reference for those who don't know. So now that my new computer's all set up, I have time to play it again, and I'm looking forward to getting back into that. And I've also been picking up Breath of the Wild here and there whenever I'm waiting on something. Still haven't gotten to the first major dungeon. Starting to think this game's a little too big. I mean, Wind Waker's was big too, but not this big. I mean, I haven't played a game with a map this big since Just Cause 2.
Yep.
Now, my biggest complaint I have is with the weapon, shield, and bow collection system. Because whenever you want to drop a weapon to pick up a better one, you have to actually go into the menu and manually select drop. I mean, it would make things so much more convenient if you just had a drop command from the on-the-fly selection mode. Because you do it pretty frequently. Hence, you lose a lot of time just doing that. On top of that, I'm starting to agree with Jim Sterling that the weapon durability mechanic is more of an annoyance than anything else. It would just make things so much easier to just be able to keep one weapon most of the time. I'll be honest, at this rate, the game likely won't make my top 5 Zelda games list, but I'll still play it to the end. I want to at least play one dungeon.
Okay.
And in case you're wondering, yes, I did pick up a copy of Kingdom Hearts Memory of Melody. And no, I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Of course you did.
But I definitely will later today, because I picked it up last night, but didn't get to play it because I was too busy watching The Rock with my parents. In case you don't know, that's a Sean Connery movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it was okay. But yeah, that's everything I've been playing. Now we can talk about the PS5.
Okay, so Sexbox and PS5 came out. That's big news. I don't know if you guys have heard of this.
Oh, no, never heard of these. What?
Never heard of these things.
Nope, they don't exist.
I'm convinced they don't exist because I've never seen one.
Asking for a friend.
It's my sex box and name so. Anyways, I tried extremely hard to pre-order a PS5. Just failed every step of the way. I'm 0 for 4 at this point. In searching for one, getting one, just non-existent. So I guess we'll find out on Black Friday, which again I highly doubt I'll be able to get one. Exists.
Do you know what you should have done? You should have ordered a digital edition, because a lot of people are getting the disc one in a digital edition box.
Really?
Yep, I've seen a couple posts on Reddit. They ordered digital. They have a box that says digital, but the console has the disc.
That's funny.
And people are speculating that maybe they made more discs, but people were buying the digital because they're cheaper, so they're like, just ship the disc.
Or it's just a mistake.
Yeah, it was a pretty big mistake, I guess. I haven't seen anyone that ordered disc and got digital, so who knows?
Oh, that'd be something worth getting pissed off about.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I paid $100 more for this. Yeah, so no PS5 for me. I don't know anyone personally who has either system, who's gotten one. Kind of a state for just the availability of these things. Very unfortunate.
I got one in a cart, but then when I went to pay it, it went out of stock.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how close I've gotten. Yeah, had all my information in. It said it was going to be delivered the day I leave for Texas for Thanksgiving, and I was like, shit. All right, I'll just get someone to like swing by and pick it up and hold it for me as I'm gone. But yeah, it didn't matter anyways. Just it was sold out by the time I clicked OK. So I maybe that 2 seconds of hesitation is what cost me.
Well, at least you didn't get through.
PS2 release all over again.
People are pissed off at Target because I guess they didn't ship until after the release. Or some people are still waiting for it to be shipped from Target. Someone got through, ordered, got the notification that it went through, and then Best Buy sent them an email. Oh, never mind. We're out of stock.
I've seen a lot of things. It's come from both consoles. It absolutely blows.
It's not just consoles, it's anything in tech right now.
Yeah.
And it's annoying.
I saw on the line that there were quite a few people that were able to at least wait in line at like a Best Buy or something to, have one of the 12 Xboxes that they could get. So that but Xbox's advantage is it's made in the US to my knowledge. So they can at least have some consoles here. That's so that's the issue there. Regardless,
I'm guessing there's going to be some more stock around Black Friday.
Yes,
Cyber Monday.
that was confirmed. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So let's try 5 and 6 for me coming up. So maybe Black Friday I'll wake up at the crack of dawn and head on over to GameStop or some shit. But I'll be in Katy, so that'll suck.
Yeah, you might
still be warm.
Just go Thanksgiving and just stand there and wait.
I'm sorry, I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving this year. I got a PlayStation 5 to go get. No, I'm not that desperate.
Yet.
But I will wake up early and test my luck. Maybe I'll just try online. Fuck it.
I also think it's hilarious that Xbox had a tweet, "Don't vape into the Xbox."
That was a thing, yeah. I did see the fake photos of smoking Xboxes. It just gave me a chuckle. Totally fake, but I laughed nonetheless.
I like that some people can get a ping pong ball to sit on top of it and float.
Oh, that's a thing that's happening?
Yeah, I saw one photo of it.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few reviews, and the performance of the PS5 is phenomenal. People that are like greasy Italians don't like it being white because every time they touch it, they smudge it. They put their greasy hands on it. But the same goes for the Xbox because it's like a personal fingerprint scanner at this point because your fingerprint will just stay right on the system. So they both have, cosmetically some issues, but yeah, they're both super powerful machines. They're both performing extremely well. The ventilation systems in it seem to be very good.
There's some hiccups here and there, but that's expected with launches.
Right. Yeah. But based on how the Xbox's problem is, there aren't any new gen games to play for it. Demon Souls and a couple other games that have come out on the PS5 that are basically exclusive for it perform just phenomenally. They're massive upgrades with lighting and it seems like both systems are a great success putting next gen on the map. It's just unfortunate that with supply and demand and the state of the world that it's really hampering their release. But maybe it's, in a weird way, doing the Nintendo thing where it creates even more demand each time. You want what you can't have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts and tribulations out there?
No.
Maybe? No?
Not really.
Alright. Guess I'll play the musical drop, and we can... I haven't played the Zombie Ate My Neighbors one in a while.
Go for it.
Alright, Joey, this is your amazing theme pick. TV-based games.
You're welcome.
Why did you pick this?
Because I wanted some bad games.
Alright, that's all it was. It wasn't like, oh man, I remember these TV shows growing up in the 80s and 90s, and I loved them, and I can't wait to play this video game, and what do you know, it's terrible. Although I do remember watching 4 out of 5 of these TV-based TV shows. And I didn't watch really much of any of them. But I have seen them.
I watched
never
2.
A Simpsons guy.
I watched 2, maybe 3 out of them.
Yeah, I watched 2.
2. All right. So, Joey, what's our first game?
The Simpsons Hit and Run, which came out GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Windows. Developed by Radical Entertainment.
Radical? Oh, man.
Publishes Vivendi Universal Games.
Yes, who could forget?
So pretty much you play as the Simpsons family at different parts, and you just drive around trying to solve this conspiracy that's related to the cola and the spying bees and whatnot. So
yes, of course.
and you just drive around, and as it states, you hit and run because you get coins for hitting things. You can run over people. There's a lot of shortcuts. I don't know. I like this game. I'm judging by the way you're talking. You didn't enjoy it, but I like it. I thought the car actually handles pretty well, considering we play games where Driver 3, that's supposed to be a good driving game that sucks, and this game handles better than that.
I'm glad you brought up Driver 3, because when I popped this in, I went, this is just fucking Driver 3 again.
But it drives
like
better.
Yes,
good.
I will say it's better than Driver 3. I will admit that.
It's what Driver 3 wanted to be. You got mystery you're trying to solve.
Yes.
You got driving that's actually good. You can hit people with your car. Like, this is what Driver 3 wanted.
Yes, that is from our Detectives game episode. Came out just before this one, episode 80. So, 81, here we are. We're playing a Driver 3 improvement.
I was getting more Grand Theft Auto vibes.
What do you think Driver 3 was, Colin?
Yeah, it was trying to be Grand Theft Auto.
The Driver series was doing what Grand Theft Auto was doing before Grand Theft Auto did it. It's just
don't be
Grand
silly.
Theft Auto, I guess, improved on it over time.
It left Driver in the dust.
Certainly did, yeah.
But yeah, the one thing I really didn't like about this game is the camera sucks when you're out of the car.
Yeah.
It's ass. It's very ass.
It's completely terrible. But, I mean, I thought the driving part of it, which is the main part of the game, was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. I just didn't find it particularly interesting, like, at all.
You can use Crazy Taxi controls for it, though.
Yes, I'm glad you brought up Crazy Taxi, because a lot of it reminded me of Crazy Taxi with all these driving missions being timed and having to drop people off and do races and whatnot. It was very Crazy Taxi oriented.
Yeah, it stays pretty true to the spirit of The Simpsons. I mean, there's a whole bunch of callbacks to previous episodes, like you've got Taki Tiki in the backyard, or the mansion across the street that George Bush lived in, or Apu's rooftop garden at the Quickie Mart. And then I remember reading somewhere you could actually drive the car that Homer designed in the episode when he met his half-brother Herbert. And
yeah, there's a lot to it. There's also all the outfits you can buy, so you can get like the Momo or whatever, the dress thing that Homer wears when he gets too fat. He can have him just in his underwear. Like, there's a lot of Simpsons things. So if you're a fan of Simpsons, this game's really gonna play to you.
And
because I was never really a huge Simpsons fan, I didn't really get all the references and everything. So that's on me. I will admit that. So like all the crazy one-liners and everything. Every once in a while, one would just be really funny, but then they'd repeat 60 times afterwards. Like, ah, damn it.
I still liked Homer's lines whenever he runs over something. It's like, it's society's fault, or it was like that when I got here.
Don't sue me.
You made me spill my sundae.
I don't have insurance.
Yeah. Yep, all the voice actors from the show are involved in this, and their performances are all on point.
Yeah.
The voice acting was great. I think it was all the original voice actors. I believe this game was even written by the Simpsons team. So it definitely had the right amount of effort put into it.
Yeah.
Sandbox style, very much has the same Grand Theft Auto like circular map to it all. A very similar UI system, so in that sense it's blatant from Grand Theft Auto. But yeah, like we said, gameplay wise, it's mostly Driver 3. That's how everything came across to me, and then the Crazy Taxi mechanic of timed missions. So that's what I took. As for the rest of the game, I just didn't find it very interesting. I thought it was all about the Simpsons references more than the game itself, which, I mean, let's be honest, that's why you're playing it. You're playing it for the Simpsons references and whatnot, not so much the game, I feel.
Yeah, I think you get more into the mystery stuff later. The first episode or area with Homer is mostly Simpsons references and whatnot, but then you start diving in more and with the cola and all the spying and stuff. It gets more interesting. New and
improved Buzz Cola. Launched by Krusty the Clown. So it's legit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I really enjoyed this game.
Yeah, I liked it. I give it a pass.
I'm going to pass it too.
Well, I guess compared to Driver 3, it is a pass. So I will also pass it.
There's definitely better if you're a fan of Simpsons. I mean, like you, if you're not really a fan, you'll probably enjoy it, but not to the extent if you really like The Simpsons.
It's funny. I did understand quite a few more references than I thought. Not saying I've never seen Simpsons. Obviously, I mean it's been on TV for ages. So, I think there was a time when I watched like 6 seasons, but I remember almost nothing. 6 out of the 35 seasons or whatever. So
yeah, I have no idea what they're up to. I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah.
Me and my family watched the hell out of it in the 90s.
Yeah, I watched a lot of it, but not the current one, so I couldn't tell you what's going on with it.
Yeah, you're probably not missing much.
Alrighty, let's move on to the next.
Well, hold on. So the Simpsons Hit and Run can run about 13 hours in the main missions and side stories, and the game runs for about... it's actually kind of expensive. It runs about $25.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
How about that? $16 on the Xbox. I think it's because it's a Simpsons game, and people generally like it. It's one of the better ones out there.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is, to be fair, this is the Simpsons game besides that arcade one, I believe. That a lot of people have
fond memories of?
Good, yeah, fond memories. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, the arcade game and a bit of Bart's Nightmare are the only Simpsons games I've played. I know Bart's Nightmare has a bit of a reputation for good and bad.
All right, Joey. What is our second game? Are we going to all pass this one?
If you call it a game. The Adventures of Gilligan's Island. Came out in 1990 for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Ooh, that one.
Ooh, everyone knows this great developer, Human Entertainment.
Human Entertainment?
Yep, good old for those humans. And published by Bandai America.
What did they make again? Human Entertainment?
Human?
Yeah.
Human? They made the Fire Pro Wrestling series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They make good games for humans.
Thank you, Joey.
I know we covered another one of their games before on the cast.
I believe they made Clock Tower as well.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I think I'm what?
Yeah, they did Clock Tower.
Ah, there we go. Look at me. I feel so smart. I'm sure they made 1,000 other games. Not like that Alien Entertainment. Am I right, guys? Ha 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 ha.
Hey, apparently they have a soccer game they made.
No way.
Super Soccer, Super Formation Soccer 2, Super Formation Soccer 94.
I think a Super Soccer theme is coming up.
Oh boy.
Yeah, potentially.
All right.
But back to this game, I guess.
Do we have to?
So you walk around as the skipper, and Gilligan follows you around like an idiot, and he can fall down holes, and you have to get him out.
Sure that's Gilligan? I'm pretty sure it's Waldo.
He does look like Waldo, and he does go missing. Pretty much all I found this game was all you had to do was just jump. The punch mechanic, I didn't find any use for it.
That's because it's ass. And it doesn't work.
And he just jumped and jumped. Yeah, I know. I even tried to punch a monkey, and it hurt me. I was like, what? So
you have to actually find a club, and then the punch mechanic has the club. That's the only way you can beat the monkey.
And the time limit's stupid, and it's just you just run around this maze-like thing. You talk to people, but they don't really give you much.
No, they don't.
I think you talk to the professor, and he's like, whatever the one person is, she's with her husband. I'm like, okay, I would assume that's where she is. Okay, thanks. And then when you lose Gilligan, where's Gilligan? I don't know. He fell in a hole.
Yeah, you have to. Okay, yeah. So both characters are on screen. You can only control one of them, namely the skipper. And there's like holes and shit that Gilligan follows you at an isometric diagonal pace. And so if you just avoid a hole, fucking Waldo over here will just fall into the hole.
Yeah, you can't jump
over and
holes.
over again.
I learned
and
that
then
the
you have
hard
to
way.
go down, get him, come back up. Excuse me, Joey?
I jumped over holes, and that's not what you're supposed to do, because Gilligan doesn't jump.
Gilligan does not jump. He does not do that, no.
Idiot.
Yes, he is an idiot. I believe the TV show made that clear.
I don't know.
I've never watched the show,
defense.
and after playing this game, I really don't want to.
1960s TV show as an NES game. Who would have guessed? The game does have the Gilligan's Island theme song at the beginning in 8-bit graphic sounds, so that was cool.
Oh, that makes everything better.
And then they just had the same looping sound throughout. Although I didn't get past the first level, so...
No. I beat the monkey, and I was like, okay, great. That's fine.
There are 4 exciting levels.
Each with a password feature.
Just in case
you beat it.
You really want to beat that game.
Yeah. It's, Gilligan is a pain in the ass. He is a hindrance to your fun. He often gets stuck behind things, too, I found. So you have to, like, pull him back. You do get a rope. I only found the one. So you can actually pull him back, so you don't have to, go get him. But
All I found was bananas.
And what did you do with said bananas, Joey?
Nothing, because I ran out of time shortly after.
What was your experience playing, Colin?
No. Just no.
Just a no?
Yeah, I spent maybe 10 minutes on it and realized those are 10 minutes of my life I'm never getting back. It's terrible. I mean, there's so little to this game. It's not clear what you have to do. The items you need spawn at random. You're on a time limit. And the quicksand pits that flow into the center from both sides are instant death if you get caught in them. Well, actually, it's not so instant. It's just guaranteed.
No, you can tap the button as fast as you can.
Yeah, you have to tap one of the jump buttons.
I tried that. Didn't do jack shit.
Because I had 2 jump buttons with how I was set up. One of them didn't work. The other one got me out of the sand.
There you go. Or you get your turbo controller out, and then it's no problem.
Well, this game was so shitty, I didn't even want to figure it out.
I didn't know the items were randomized.
They were in my experience. I tried
Is the map random?
Say?
Is the map random, or is that
no?
dedicated layout?
The map stays the same, but the item spawning is random.
Oh, maybe that's why you didn't find the club, Joey.
That's why I found bananas.
That would make sense. Wow, that's even more shitty.
Right?
Yeah. I thought the graphics were pretty bad. Thought the music was annoying. The controls were boring, to say the least. There was nothing to it.
You didn't like the same looking sound over and over and over and over and over again?
I did not. Did not like that, no.
Must be weird.
And Waldo over here, you can't tell me it's Gilligan. It's The Adventures of Waldo's Island.
I don't know why he's not wearing a red shirt. He's got white and blue? Like, why isn't he red? Maybe because
he's got Waldo's shirt, Joey.
Waldo
say
is
it like
red
it is.
and white. He's blue and white. He's definitely not Waldo, okay?
I was really hoping you were going to say, look, man, Waldo Gilligan is red and white, and Waldo is white and red. Get your shit straight. I was really hoping you were going that way, but
At least I thought he was blue. Was he? The screenshot I'm looking at.
Well, he had blue pants. I remember him having the jeans. I thought his shirt was white and red because he has a red shirt in the show.
Yeah, he does. But is it red? I don't remember. I thought it was blue. I gotta look at images now.
Well, the skipper's shirt is blue.
So is Gilligan's. It looks blue.
I don't know. I don't think so. So, in case you were wondering, Gilligan's Island is about 3 hours long in total, probably from pure frustration. And you're not going to believe this. This game goes for $20.
What?
Ay, ay,
Yeah.
ay.
What?
Yeah.
I'm failing it.
Fail!
Hard fail.
Alright, that's 2 games down. We're making good time, boys. Got a lot to say about these shitty games. Well, okay, we're
Absolutely.
1 for 1. We're 1 for 2. 1 for 2.
Okay.
My pick. Oh, yes. So the quest for 3DO games each cast continues, as I did find a TV show that was on the 3DO. TV show game that was on the 3DO. And this one is Casper, the Friendly Ghost. So this game was developed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different developers, depending on what console system you were playing it on. I played this game on the 3DO, so it was developed by Logicware. What did you guys play it on?
PlayStation.
YouTube.
The PlayStation version. You didn't play the Sega Saturn version, Colin?
I played the YouTube version.
Okay. Published by Interplay Productions. If you... that's the only one that matters, let's be honest here. No one played the Game Boy Advance version, so we don't need to worry about that. I don't know why you would port this game way later, but its release date was in 1996, 1997, or 2002. Yeah.
I think they're all like different games, though.
Well, I brought up the Sega Saturn 3DO and PlayStation 1 because those are all the 3D rendered graphics games, which is the ones we played. Not that lame Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, the Game Boy is also the same version as the Sega Saturn.
Yes. So that's the versions we played.
Game Boy Color one, because the Game Boy is a different one.
Right. Gotta be specific.
Yep.
Gotta be specific. So yeah, in case you didn't get all that. So, you are Casper the Friendly Ghost. You're in a mansion, and 2 intruders invade into your mansion, and Casper goes, I have to find things. I have to bribe them to be my friend. And then you proceed to, float around this 3D rendered mansion, looking for the most random things. And each time you interact with anything in this game, Casper goes, I hope you like that sound. The very first things you pick up, you would think, oh man, I need like a watch, maybe a key or 2 to open other doors to proceed through the mansion. Maybe I have to solve some puzzles.
Motherfucking
the
broccoli.
first things you pick up is fucking broccoli and then carrots and shit because you have to feed that hungry asshole of a ghost that bullies you.
He hurt me. He hurt me good.
He's a dick.
He's also his uncle.
He's also his uncle, yeah. Dick uncle.
Yeah.
Dunkle. It's a top-down action type thing. It says action. There's no real action to it.
Why can't he go through walls? He's a freaking ghost.
Look, Joey, I don't make the rules. That would make the game way too easy. You have
Why
to
does he
find the
need
key so the
keys?
ghost can't... Look,
Why?
let's just go in the universe that the doors have a spell on them and the ghost can't pass through them. So you have to use the key to break the spell. Okay?
Why not the walls? Why not go through walls? Why not go through the keyhole?
Same deal. Same deal. The key doesn't break the spell on walls, Joey. Don't be silly.
Why broccoli?
Because you gotta feed things, I guess. I don't know.
Why is the
Gotta
loading
cook.
screen say hang on?
The loading screens are atrociously long.
I didn't play this game long, to be honest. It annoyed me.
I found one puzzle to solve.
I just found a bunch of doors that were locked and I gave up.
So there was jigsaw puzzle pieces that you solve the actual literal puzzle. So that happened. There are no enemies in this game, guys.
The uncle.
I mean,
He can hurt you.
is he really though?
If he runs
could.
into you, he does damage.
so you just don't let them run into you. That's it. That's the only enemy.
Hey, don't tell me how to play this game.
Yeah, sometimes he'll pop out of treasure chests. Pull the old Dark Souls mimic on you.
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
If this game sounds boring, there's not much to it. It's because it is.
Yeah. I should point out, this particular game seems more based on the live-action movie than the TV shows, but movie was based on the shows and comics, so I guess it just barely qualifies.
Well, yeah. Of course it does, Colin. You just want to find an excuse for the 3DO greatness to not be on here. Needless to say, I wish I had more to say about this game. Yes, of course you do, Colin. It's my podcast.
Not for long.
Fail.
Hard fail.
Definitely
Hard
fail.
Somehow you can get 3 hours out of this game. The game
How?
goes for $35 on the 3DO. The Game Boy Color version goes for $6. The PlayStation goes for $6. And the Sega Saturn version goes for $17. So there you go. All right. So we all fail it. What a shocker. Colin, your pick.
All right. Time for something at least a bit more fun. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo. Developed by Natsume and published by Bandai. Released on the SNES in North America on November 23rd, 1994. In the PAL regions on November 1994, no day given. And in Japan on November 25th, 1994. Now, there were other versions on the Sega Genesis, Game Gear, and Game Boy, but the SNES version is what we're here to talk about. For reference, the Genesis version is just a Street Fighter ripoff, while the other two are just simplified versions of the SNES version.
A bad one at that, mind you.
The Genesis is just like the next game we have on the list.
Correct. So it made up for the ground we didn't cover.
Yeah. Now, I picked this one because I loved the Power Rangers growing up. Whenever it was on and my siblings weren't around to steal the remote, I'd always watch it. It was just fun to watch, no matter how dumb or over the top it got. And I remember playing this one at a friend's house way back when, and having fun with it. I mean, it's not as fun as I remember. It's a standard beat 'em up where you walk side to side and punch whatever putties come your way. You don't
really
even get to
short as well.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, it gets pretty repetitive after a while, especially since you can't move up, down, or diagonally the way you can in like Final Fight or Streets of Rage. Hell, the Sailor Moon beat 'em up had that ability.
Sure did. Would we say the Sailor Moon beat 'em up is better?
Probably.
I think so. Crazy.
Now, the game does mix things up a little bit in the last two levels when you can get into the Megazord and fight two bosses. Of course, at that point, it kind of turns into kind of a lame fighting game, but I still had a bit of fun with those two bosses. I mean, it's just fun in general to go full tokusatsu and beat up giant monsters with a giant robot. Now, I kind of like that the game lets you switch rangers between stages so you're not stuck with one character the whole game, though it really doesn't make much of a difference since all the characters fight pretty much the same way.
And the suits are all the same, just different colors.
Yeah, the sprite is the exact same, just with color swaps.
So the Pink Ranger
you stole my line.
Is beefy. She is beefy.
Yeah.
Look at those arms, those shoulders, that massive spread of the chest and back. Like, these things are like, that's my only issue with the look, is when they're in the suit, they just look superhuman. Like, they don't look like they just have a suit on. They like beef up.
Yeah.
Look, man, they all got an Ultimate Warrior up somehow.
Yeah, really. Go Super Saiyan.
That's right. Yeah, blonde hair just protrudes out of the back of the mask.
Yeah. Yeah, I did like Zack the most though, because his combo looks the coolest because he'll do like a handstand kick in both directions at the end of it. And I thought that was kind of neat way back when.
I like the Pink Ranger because she had the bow attack. That was about it.
Yeah, she's the only one with a ranged attack. Now, what sets this one apart from other beat-em-ups is that you have wall jumping, which becomes a necessity in a later stage in order to progress. And I remember thinking that was kind of a cool feature when I played it as a kid. A lot more platforming than I remember. But yeah, like JD said, this game is really short. It's like only 8 levels long. You could probably beat it in under 2 hours.
How long to beat has it pegged at just over an hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're good at the game, you just blast through it and you're already done. So that means I got damn close to the end.
This playthrough I'm looking at is under 50 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, I got really close to the end and didn't even realize it. How about that?
Yeah, you're
That's
not
a shame.
You're
that
not
actually
missing
really
that much.
detracts the game from me.
I think it was
Still pretty good.
About the ranked length for what it's trying to be.
I don't know. I get so like I get 4 or 5 hours out of Streets of Rage games.
Oh yeah.
To only get an hour out of a game like this, especially a beat 'em up in which we've seen just so many other ones that just do it better. This has to be considered a disappointment.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Don't think about it. Just stare at the muscles. Just stare at those muscles.
Well, the game goes for $15. Do we feel that's worth it then?
No.
Probably not.
Or what this game offers? Yeah,
That's the price of a movie, and movies, even when they're short, are an hour and a half. So.
Right. What if you're bad at the game and you get more than an hour?
No.
Still no.
No, I don't think it's worth 15.
Even the boss battles felt the same. It didn't really feel like unique to the actual gameplay happening. It's very one-dimensional.
Yeah, some bosses had some unique features, like that big eyeball boss in the sewers. I mean, he'll alternate between throwing eyeballs at you and then morphing into a blob and jumping at you. And then another boss will teleport around the stage.
The teleport guy, yeah, he was unique. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, all the in-between beat-em-up stages, they just felt really repetitive. Just go side to side and hammer on the attack button.
I like the water level. I thought that was a little interesting.
Oh, you mean the sewer?
Yeah, the sewer. Sorry, the rising and falling water in the sewer.
Yeah, at least that gave it some uniqueness to that particular stage, yeah. I can agree
I
with
just
that.
thought it was funny how they swam, so...
The animation of the sprite. Beautiful. Yeah, I was never a Power Rangers fan growing up. I wasn't part of that group of kids. I was the whole teenage that whole like genre on TV, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Power Rangers, all that. I was more of the He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Thundercats area. The 80s ones, not the 90s. Well, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 80s? Yeah, that was 80s.
Late 80s. Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. So. It's just funny because I liked all the old Godzilla movies, but I didn't like the, the Power Rangers. You'd think it'd be right up my alley.
Well.
So, I'll begrudgingly pass it. I think this was the best game of the podcast, to be honest. Saying it early, spoiler.
Spoilers! Yeah, I give this a soft pass.
Yeah, I'm going to soft pass. I mean, it's short, but it's still playable. It's enjoyable. It's not worth the $15, but I'm not going to fail it. It's going to be a soft pass.
Right. If you can find the game at a nice little discount, then I say definitely hop onto it. If you're a Power Rangers fan, this is probably one of the better Power Ranger games out there, for sure. All right. So then, Joey, since it's your theme pick, and this is Kay's ghost pick, what did he do, Joey? What did he pick?
VR Troopers.
Aha.
AKA...
Totally not a Power Ranger ripoff.
Yep, totally. Especially since this game is almost exactly like the Power Rangers Genesis. But with just worse sound and music. So this came out in 95 for everywhere. And then came out on Game Gear as well. Interesting. So it's on the Genesis, developed by Cyrox Developments.
Of course, yes. How could we forget?
Published for Sega in North America and EU, and Tectoy in Brazil.
Yes. So Tectoy was the prime video game publisher in Brazil. They did lots of Sega products, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis. That's why particularly the Master System was just super popular in Brazil. So I found that interesting that they published specifically this game.
I've never heard of VR Troopers TV show, but apparently
Me neither.
It was an American TV show. I would have thought it was not American by the way it looks.
Yeah, and this game did not even come out in Japan.
Yeah, not at all. That's
How
weird.
about that?
They're probably like, nah, we got plenty of those. We don't need another one.
Yeah.
I thought this game was just a basic fighter.
I thought it was pretty ass. And it was filled with assness.
Basic fighter.
In between the fights of ass.
Yeah, I couldn't land any hits. I felt like they were able to hit me, and every time it did an attack, they magically jumped out of the way.
Yes, the hit detection is quite awful, which means perfect for those fans of fighting games.
Yep. That stupid laser pole thing I never hit. Every time I sent it out, they would be jumping and killing me. I was like, what is going on? So,
yeah. It's hard to find the right timing for that one. Although if you do like the super forward roll and knock him into the air and then do that laser pull, then you can actually hit him.
Look here, I didn't get any combos done. I was just barely even punching.
Fair enough.
You guys ready for the plot of this game?
Sure.
Oh boy.
Sure.
Grimlord has sent an arcade game to Tao's dojo, which ends up sucking Ryan Steele, JB Reese, and Caitlin Starr into virtual reality. For them to get out, they have to get by Grimlord's skugs and monsters.
So it's a game inside of a game. Got it.
Yes. Yes.
I wonder why it wasn't very responsive.
Yeah, so all the enemies are called skugs. And if you play, so there's a versus battle, there's computer duel. I don't know why that exists. There's a story mode to this, aka you fight various enemies one-on-one, like you would a Street Fighter. But the in between those fights is you face off against, it's like a beat the clock challenge where you get. You remember Tekken 3 on the beat 'em up stage? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So Tekken 3 had a beat 'em up stage in which you would scroll left to right and enemies would come up and they're very weak and you get to the end. Well, imagine that, but you're not actually moving anywhere.
And things come at you and you just kick them.
Right. So, and I looked up a YouTube video of a guy going like, this is how you beat it. And you just hang out at the edge of the screen and you time the two enemies that will fly at you. So you hit them both at the same time. If you don't do this, what will occur is what happened to me, where you get stun locked in the corner and beaten the shit out of and you lose. So, great. And then every time you proceed through the story and get to the stage, the enemies don't change. They don't get harder. They don't change their pattern. The time just gets longer. So yes, you are literally wasting your time. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, nothing's changed. It's like, oh, the clock is now 90 seconds instead of 60. Great. Just what I wanted. More.
Oh boy. I should point out I never once watched VR Troopers. I mean, I knew of its existence thanks to McDonald's promoting toys themed around the show for their Happy Meals. I think they were like these little watches that had little holographic spinners, but I never watched it because it, again, too much of a Power Rangers ripoff.
All right, VR Troopers, I'm gonna play your theme right now. I'm gonna throw this in Discord for everybody here. You guys ready for this?
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna do this together.
Okay.
Tell me when you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Counting down. 3, 2, 1, play. Here we go. Date recorded October 11th, 2011. September 3rd, 1994.
Countdown control. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you playing anything?
Oh no.
Oh boy. Oh my god.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hi, Sarah Brown. Michael Bacon. Oh, Baldwin was in the show.
Which one?
Saban's VR Troopers, guys. Dude, how 90s was that?
Needs more bulk and skull.
I
That
heard
was,
nothing, and I'm glad I didn't.
That was amazing. that was worth it right there. Just really getting that in my life. I can't imagine why it wasn't successful.
Who could ever imagine?
Virtual reality. 4, 3, 2, 1. Virtual reality. Fucking terrible. This game is ass. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fighting game. Hit detection's terrible. It's not interesting. The in-between stages are awful. I fail it.
And the enemy fighters just take off way more health per hit than you take off from them.
Yeah,
for
they're
your
beefy,
hits, so.
and you're weak.
Yeah,
Of course.
pain in the ass. So, yeah, fail.
I'm failing it as
Yeah.
well.
The Game Gear version had an original character in it. So maybe they're trying to tell us to play the Game Gear version.
You couldn't pay me to play that one.
What? Oh, come on, Colin. Don't be silly.
Oh, I'm
Don't
super
be
serial.
You're super cereal, bro. All right. Well, okay. That was the episode. Our games we played were Simpsons Hit and Run, Adventures on Gilligan's Island, Casper, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and VR Troopers.
Fantastic.
Joey, this is your theme pick. Your favorite, least favorite, and the tiers, if you will.
Favorite Simpsons Hit and Run. Least favorite. I'm gonna go Casper.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
just
Casper.
to spite me. Just to spite
I'm gonna give Simpsons Hit and Run an A. I'm gonna give Gilligan's Island a D. I'm gonna give VR Troopers a D. I'm gonna give Casper an F.
just
And
do
Mighty
this on purpose
Morphin
at this
Power
point.
Rangers get a C.
Colin, how about you?
Favorite Simpsons Hit and Run. Least favorite Gilligan's Island. Now Simpsons.
Joey, you got both awards on that one.
Hell yeah. Hitting you with both sides.
Damn right. Pincer attack. Anywho, I give Simpsons a high B. I give Gilligan's Island an F. I give Mighty Morphin Power Rangers a C. VR Troopers a D. And Casper a D.
All right. Well, my favorite, I'm going to throw people for a loop here, was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Dang, I thought you were going to pick Casper.
No, definitely not. I am not insane.
Could have fooled us. Ha!
Yeah. My least favorite, I'm going with VR Troopers. I absolutely hated that game. That was unplayable to me. At least I could have. I got somewhere in Gilligan's Island. And Casper, I at least understood what was happening. Was it interesting? No, not at all. I'll give Simpsons Hit and Run a C. Gilligan's Island gets a D. So that answers that for the tier. Casper, I will also give a D. Power Rangers, I will give a C. And VR Troopers, I will give an F. So let's see here. The overall tiers, that makes Simpsons a B. Gilligan's Island gets a D. Casper gets a D. Power Rangers gets a C. And VR Troopers gets a D's. So triple D's going on here.
And we all picked a different worst game.
Yeah.
We did. So yeah. So Joey, I think you got your wish.
Yep. It was fun.
And one of the few times a 3DO game didn't get worst.
That's right. It was tied for worst.
It wasn't outright worst. Improvements.
Yeah. So, the next podcast episode will be my theme pick, and I went out of the box here. We got the American Thanksgiving holiday coming up, so since we'll all be busy doing various things, I figured we'd do a simple one and something we kind of don't really do this very often. We're doing pre-1985 adventure. So this is an adventure game that came out before 1985. So we're sticking to the systems like the Atari, ColecoVision, and Television and such. And we'll be recording that on a Monday night. So maybe expect that episode out a little later that week. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be a little bit a shorter episode. Maybe I'll have a PS5 by that point.
No.
I doubt it, but
No.
the answer's probably a no. So yeah, this was episode 81 of the Red Leaf Retrocast. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.